Purchases of farmland by hedge funds and wealthy individuals have surged in recent years. According to farm economic experts, farmland has been a most famous investment for decades because of its stability. Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft, had been acquiring farmland for years. His holdings include large tracts in Louisiana, California, Illinois, Iowa, and about a dozen other states. He is the largest owner of private farmland in the United States. In this video, we are going to talk about why are tech billionaires investing in farmland. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick till the end. There are a lot of options when it comes to owning farmland. Owning farmland isn't only for farmers. You have a lot of options when you invest in farming land. First, you could obviously go and farm yourself. Many people have a lifelong dream of becoming a farmer and making a living off the land, and there are many benefits to this option. But many others have no desire to work on a farm at all. But still, even for them, there are benefits of investing in farmland. Even if you don't know the land yourself, there are always farmers who need to rent land. So if you want to buy land for this purpose, it's a good idea to purchase land in an area where there are lots of farmers who work in big areas. Or you could do nothing with it. Doing absolutely nothing could make good business sense too. This would be when you want to make more of a long-term investment and you have time to wait for your investment to return its funds. If you care about the poorest, you care about agriculture, said Gates. Investment in agriculture are the best weapons against hunger and poverty, and they have made life better for billions of people. The international agriculture community needs to be more innovative, coordinated, and focused to help poor farmers grow more. If we can do that, we can dramatically reduce suffering and build self-sufficiency. It is a lower risk than investing in the stock market. Investing in stocks can be a roller coaster ride, and it's true that you can make a lot of money on the stock market if you watch it closely enough. But investing in farmland is more stable. It is very unlikely that prices of land will suddenly completely bottom out. What's different is that as other investments have either gotten riskier or there's a shortage of safe assets, farmland really holds the market position pretty well, Todd Cuther said. So I think it's sort of the attractiveness of farmland relative to other investments. According to the Land Report, Bill Gates owns farmland in 18 states, with the largest holdings being in Nebraska, 20,588 acres, Arkansas, 47,927 acres, and Louisiana, 69,071 acres. A Tri-City Herald report on the purchase of more than 14,500 acres of farmland in 2018 in Benton County, Wash. I don't think there's anything especially notable about who buys farmland if an institutional buyer buys it, or a wealthy individual buys it, or a neighboring farmer buys it, Bruce Sherrick said. It's still going to be used the same way in the following year, and the returns to that asset are not influenced much at all by who happens to own it at a point in time. When you own land, you can be sure that future generations will be able to still work the same land. And on the business side of farming, when you own your own land, it also grows a stronger business and helps you grow. Farming technology has made massive strides forward in the last years, and almost every year the knowledge grows on how to make your farm more productive. Companies that work with the seeds and equipment manufacturers all work hard to research and develop better ways of farming. This has meant that farmland productivity has nearly tripled since the 1960s. The agriculture sector is important. With more productive seeds, we can avoid deforestation and help Africa deal with the climate difficulty they already face. It is unclear how cheap biofuels can be, but if they are cheap, it can solve the aviation and truck emissions, Bill Gates said. So, with the same amount of land that you would have had in the 60s, you could now yield 3 times as many crops each year than it would have yielded back then. So, without spending anything each year, you can get a little more out of your land than you would have gotten in the previous year. Your farmland becomes more valuable each year that you own it, not only for the land itself, but for the yields it can have. Crops that are used for biofuels are becoming in higher demand than they have ever been, and while this industry grows, it is going to become more lucrative, and this would mean that even lower-grade crops will soon make more money for farmers than it has ever made before. With each year as the population increases, we need to find ways that are cleaner and better to generate electricity and take care of the population. So more food and clean energy are going to become even more important as the years pass. If you're using first-class land for biofuels, then you're competing with the growing of food. And so you're actually spiking food prices by moving energy production into agriculture, Gates said. When buying land, you don't have to do anything. When you buy a house, you have to have some sort of knowledge about the area you're buying it. And if you buy property as an investment, then you need to have some property knowledge. But when you buy raw land, you don't have to know anything. You just need to know if the land will work for what you want to use it for. For example, if you want to rent it to a farmer, you need to make sure that it is in an area where agriculture and farmland are in high demand. If you're buying it to keep it as an investment and sell to developers in a few years, then you need to make sure that it is close to urban areas that are busily expanding. The farmer is the only man in our economy who buys everything at retail, sells everything at wholesale, and pays the freight both ways, John F. Kennedy said. Buying and renting out farmland is completely hands-off. You could rent it to a farmer and never have to go and check on it. You can buy it and never have to look at it again. There's no property that you have to maintain, so you would be getting your rent, and that is all that you have to know about your investment. There is tax relief for owners of farmland. This differs from countries and states, but most places have some sort of tax relief when you are an owner of farmland, especially if it is land that is being worked on. For some farmers, there are even tax deductions for things like equipment that is aging as long as you own the land you work on. So it might be a way to get more of your investment back too. More farmers try to keep their land in their own families and have each new generation inherit the farmland that their parents worked on. And urban areas are expanding continuously, so urban areas are taking up more and more land, so the land that is available to buy is becoming less. This does mean that in a few years, land value should skyrocket and you could get a lot of return on the land that you invest in now. Agriculture seems to be the first pursuit of civilized man. It enables him to escape from the life of the savage and wandering shepherd into that of social man, gathered into fixed communities and surrounding himself with the comforts and blessings of a neighborhood, country, and home. It is agriculture alone that fixes men in stationary dwellings, in villages, in towns and cities, and enables the work of civilizations in all its branches to go on, Edward Everett said. Why aren't more people investing in farmland? Because they don't know about the advantages of investing in farmland. People aren't aware of just what a great opportunity it is, or for people who live in cities and other urban areas. They never think of this as a way that you can make money or get an investment. But if you're looking for a great investment, farmland might just be the way to go. So what do you think? Is farmland worth investing in? Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching.